We're just going to talk. And if you are on, which this is kind of crappy, but this is pretty cool because this is live. It's one of those live moments. But if you are on and you want to jump on as a guest, I'd be more than happy to patch you in. I will have to get my keyboard because I forgot to bring my keyboard over here. But hey, I just got done doing a couple of different shorter episodes, and I was thinking that we should just talk some shop. So here we are live because I haven't done a bunch of lives this year. We're recording, we're editing, we're about to put some stuff out. We shelved some projects, but hey, as you can see, things are changing. Got this awesome boom mic. Thank you to the sponsors at Chad T. Wilson Law Firm. If you can see that right over here, Chad T. Wilson Law Firm. They are a first party insurance law firm that helps whenever the insurance company likes to deny, delay, and defend their position. And so they come in and they take that to the next level if it need be, right? And they're an awesome firm to deal with. Telephone number to reach out to them is mine. It's 210-919-8987. I'll do that slower. 210-919-8987. So yeah, let's talk about some industry news. Home Depot, right? Got acquired. Let's put the comments up over here. Um, Home Depot got acquired. I don't know how you guys feel like that about that. Or excuse me, SRS got acquired by Home Depot. That's what I meant was the Home Depot acquisition, right? Um, what do you guys feel about that? Right? Like, I know how I feel about it, but there was a lot of stir. Like everybody posted, it was all day. It was for almost a week, right? And then it just kind of died down. I mean, that's how like news works, right? We hear about it and then we just kind of forget about it. Um, this you're not going to be able to forget about. This is definitely something that's here to stay. If this merger actually happens, we're going to talk about what it's going to do for the landscape of the roofing industry. I think that's super important. I think it's important that we look into these huge PE deals, these private equity deals, and what it means for the rest of us. What does it mean for private distribution, which is what I do? What does it mean for major distribution? What does it mean for the contractor? And so I think we should talk about that today, and that's what I'm going to do. Um, for me and for anyone that has, you know, taken an outward 30,000 feet view of the private equity space. And if you've been in this industry for any kind of tenure, then you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. If you take a 30,000-foot view, you could see how, one by one, these companies are being acquired by these private equity firms. And then what happens with service and what happens with employees and what happens with lives at that point is kind of up to who's running the the point for the private equity. And it it's not always pretty. I mean, let's just be honest, there's exits, there's good exits, and then there's holy crap, what just happened, right? And I think that, and this is just my opinion, I just feel like this acquisition from Home Depot is almost going to be a hostile takeover. I've read some reports that say that they believe that Home Depot will house SRS inside of the Home Depot. What does that mean for you? Well, what happens when you go to Home Depot? I'll wait. That's right, because that's what you're doing. You're freaking waiting all day long. You make 2, 3 trips to Home Depot and it's over. As a contractor, you just can't go out there and spend all day at Home Depot and get your job done. It doesn't work like that. Um, what about the service? Home Depot's notorious, absolutely notorious for screwing things up with no question. Like, they don't care. And it's like, for me, when you order a material list and that material list goes to the supplier, whoever that is, Home Depot included, and Home Depot gets the order and they fulfill what they want, and then they ship it out to you. Is this familiar? I mean, for me, it's happened, and it's happened plenty of times for, I'm sure, everyone else that's listening. So, what do you expect's gonna happen to the service? And I've done business with all these people. I was a roofing contractor for 11 years. What do you expect the service to be like whenever they're acquired by a main equity firm like that? It's a it's literally watching Monopoly. I play these games with my kids. I watch my kids play all the time, and that's exactly what's happening. Um, it is a strategic advantage for Home Depot, which also owns Lowe's. So the challenges that I see are time waits, are customer service, are um, delivery, right? And so maybe, and just maybe, right? I'm playing the devil's advocate on this one. Um, just maybe the merger between the Home Depot and the SRS is what Home Depot needs to correct their strategic issues within their company that has costed them probably billions over the past 10, 15, 20 years. What's going on is going to continue to go on until there's 3 or 4 in each city, private equity roofing contractors that service the area. It's going to be the same for solar. It's going to be the same for distribution. Private equity is eating up this space. I'm curious to see what you think about it. Let's look at the comments here. So let me know. What ways can you adapt? Well, as a contractor of 11 years, I would consistently make sure that I have relationships all across the board. That means moving your monopoly pieces across that board, just like they are. Um, but I can sit here and beat that, like that's a dead horse I'm feeling. But I can sit there and beat that dead horse until the cows come home. Because you can sit here and point out how many companies this happens to. And then ultimately you have a bunch of people that are that have a client base, and that those client bases aren't taken care of the right way because they're not their client. It's a number to them. I just think that we're gonna see a max exodus of uh of people that deal with the Home Depot. Oh yeah, on live stream. Let's go. Just wanted to wet the whistle a little bit. That'll make a that'll make a nice reel. I'm gonna have to clean this wall. I was already gonna make some changes to the wall after this, but I am wearing white, right? So this is uh this is perfect. Absolutely perfect for me. Glad that it's just like some sparkling water. Um, but the next thing on the list is discontinue. How many manufacturers are discontinuing shingle lines after COVID? Move these over a little bit. Let's talk about the big one, right? Saint Gobain, another billion-dollar company that's eaten up all different kinds of companies in the space. If you've seen last year, they acquired a Canadian company, BP. We actually sell BP here at Roofing Supply Incorporated. Why? Why the urge to buy up as much as they can? And they have. ICO's been doing the same thing. Um, but namely, Certainteed has discontinued the landmark Max Def line. Let's talk about it. What do you think about that? I'll tell you, I have had more people that were ready to make a change, but also ready for a change. But here's the issue. When you discontinue an entire line like that, that means that all those people that were installed in the last year now have a discontinued product. So the next time hail hits it, it's getting replaced. Next time wind blows up the right corner, you cannot, you cannot find the shingle anymore. There are a select handful of people that have it across the states, and they're holding on to it for dear life. So, what does that mean for the contractor? That means that you're not going to be able to repair, you're going to have to replace every single one of them. What does that mean for your reputation? And that's a big deal. Reputation is everything. So that's the main reason for Exodus in regards to the market share that they may have on the industry. There's going to be a flux. But once the Patriot line, just like anything, has had the time to establish a name, it will then gain more market share. And that's my opinion because, to be quite honest, I really like Certainteed. I've really loved Certainteed for years because they're this thickest shingle that's out there on the market for a 30-year shingle. They've got the most granules. They've got algae resistance. Their wind resistance is absolutely insane. But for me, it's hard to get behind a marketing shift like that. And that's really what it is, because as a distributor, they hold the keys, or excuse me, as a manufacturer, they hold the keys. And they hold the keys, all the distributors, and they hold the keys to the contractors. Now, really, it's the other way around. The contractors, they hold the keys because they're the client. And I wish that manufacturers would really grasp that, like really understand that, because, I had a conversation with Steve Martin, and Steve Martin and we've actually had quite a few conversations. Really respect that guy. He's very, very smart. I have some of his National Building Archives stuff back there. And what I might do is I might install that against the wall here pretty soon. I'm not sure. I'm about to do some different stuff. I'm pretty excited about the changes that are happening. We're about to see some movement as well. But nonetheless, for me, I feel that the marketing behind that was terrible. I feel like they should have kept the same package coloring, and maybe they've made those audibles and changed those things, but I'm not quite sure, right? So I'd like to see what the what the change is and what certainty does for the roofing industry because of what they have done with their mass discontinuation of shingles. And again, I love certainty. Certainty has been my go-to for years. Um, so what alternatives are out there, right? I work with Austin Bishop here in the Houston marketplace for uh, Owens Corning. And that was kind of my next go was OC duration. Um, OC has also had some discontinuation, right? Um, I mean, let's be honest. They all have. GAF. I mean, we can sit here and talk about that big one for a long time. But what do you see from that company? And let's talk about that. I think that's important. Let's address the monkey in the room. All right? It's not a monkey, but let's address the elephant. Um, the big red giant. Now, this isn't GAF's material, but this is my stress ball, co-branded with Roofing Supply Incorporated, where you can get any material here in the Houston marketplace. You can reach out to me. Telephone number 210-919-8987. But the big red. And discontinuation of what Capstone and entire line of shingles called Elk. That was the entire manufacturer prior to the merger and acquisition that GAF made. That was a big one. People talked about that. They thought that that was going to be the modern day Home Depot acquisition of SRS. And it just didn't happen then. But now the space is ready. Now the space has been primed, right? And everyone's ready for this huge merger coming down the lines. And we got some Mike Abernathy here. Big shout out to Mike Abernathy. Thank you for joining in, Mike. Um, Mike, you should make me get up and get um my notepad so that I can invite you into this stream. Let's see if I can do it. I can't. That is just a. But yeah, if I have to get up, I will get up. Or you can call in. I'd take a call in. Mike, call in. That's what you should do. We should talk about this right now, live. Just call my phone. Call my phone. It's ready. Don't be scared. I'm waiting for you. Mike is my first subscriber. Ladies and gentlemen, you can subscribe to me. You go up to the top left generally, and you can hit a button called subscribe. Also, you go to the Facebook, just my open Facebook profile, and boom, we're ready to go. Let's freaking go. I love it. All right. So yeah, the GAF had class action lawsuits for granular loss for years. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we have our first call-in. Actually, this is going to be our second episode with a call-in. Mike Abernathy, is that you? Hello, hello, hello.
Yes, sir. What's up? What's up?
All right, all right. So I got you live. We're talking about the acquisitions, but mainly right now I'm talking about kind of an old deal, the GAF acquisition of Elk. And
Oh, wow.
do you remember that?
No, I mean, I heard about it. Like, my mentor told me about that, but I am definitely aware of JF buying out Elk a long, long time ago, way before I was into the space.
Yeah, so they were, they were running and gunning, and contractors at that time were scared that acquisition would lead to things like this Home Depot acquisition of SRS, right? But we just
What are they scared of, though? What are they scared of?
Well, I feel that most people are scared of service being dropped and their sales rep being fired.
Well, I mean, I think that that's part of any business acquisition. Things are going to change, but I mean, you adapt and you overcome. So, I mean, yeah, it's going to evolve and things are going to change, but at the end of the day, I don't see it changing the game that much.
You don't think the acquisition of SRS is going to affect any kind of flow of business at all?
No, I don't. I think it's a possibility that it gets better.
What if they move SRS into Home Depot?
Good for SRS.
But have you ever been to Home Depot, bro?
I have. And what's going to happen?
How many times today?
What's going to happen? If you don't like your service, what are you going to do?
How many people are at Home Depot on average during the day?
Oh, shit. I don't know. I'm definitely not an expert in that field, but I imagine.
Well, in the South, if you fly a drone over a Home Depot, you spit and hit one pretty much around in the Houston area. They're packed pretty much all day long. And the pro section, packed. So this is really for like the consumer side, right? Like, I'm not even worried about it. This has nothing to do with me. Like, I'm not worried about that acquisition. Nonetheless, it doesn't affect me, but affects a lot of the people that I know in other states that I don't do business with.
I mean, they're just going to have to adapt, bro.
Adapt and overcome.
I mean, that's all you can do. I mean, yeah, there's going to be some changes, but until they roll it out, until we see it. But yeah, are you going to go to Home Depot to get your supplies from SRS?
No.
Most people probably aren't going to do that because that service sucks.
Right.
So, I mean, they're going to have their play, and they got a ton of branding. And if they solve that problem and do the roof loads like what the suppliers are used to, it could be a little bit more competitive or not.
Okay. All right, we could okay. So what about this is big. You sell Certainty?
Me,
Yeah.
bro, I can't remember the last asphalt roof I've sold.
Oh
To be
yeah,
honest
that's
with
right.
you.
I forgot. You're the commercial monster.
Well, I mean, I try to. I mean, a lot of consulting, but yeah, I prefer. But no, I mean, whenever I was selling, I wasn't selling certainty. Not to say that I wouldn't. And sometimes you have to sell what's available depending on your market.
Right.
And if there's an active storm or some shortage, quote unquote, shortage of materials, you know, yeah, I mean, I'll sell whatever
Yeah.
in that case. But
So Certainty just discontinued a line of shingles.
ooh,
Certainty Max Def is now discontinued. So their Max Def line of Landmark, which is a 30-year shingle, it's a little bit nicer of a shingle. Um, completely discontinued, and they unveiled a new line called the Patriot line. New color, so instead of it being Max Def like weatherwood and hickory and on and on and on, it's like beached walnut and like harvest seals and I don't know brokeback. I don't know. I'm just kidding. The names are absolutely crazy, absolutely insane, and it's like acorn or oakwood or something like that. I can't remember. Anyway, those 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 are going to be so hard for me in my eyes. They're going to be kind of hard to pitch. But my main issue is not the marketing on that. It would be the discontinuation of the line because as a contractor that used to sell the Max Def, what happens to all those clients that I sold Max Def to?
you know, sell something different next time.
Yeah, you're right. But now they have a discontinued shingle. You can't even repair it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the unfortunate part, but it's all part of their plan, in my opinion. Discontinue. I mean, if they kept everything the same, they're gonna make a lot less money.
I guess.
I mean, it's in everything: shingles, windows, tile, all of it, right? Except for really your low slope.
You have you have issue getting materials anywhere?
No,
No
no. I
issues.
mean, going back to the acquisition thing, I think you're going to see a lot more of this happen in the home improvement space, not just the roofing space, but like you're going to start seeing it in the Walmart. You're going to see it happen in a lot more
Well,
spaces. It's not just going to be roofing.
speaking of Walmart, Walmart distribution is partnered with a company that my best man now works for. And I will have him tag himself. Just kidding, I'll tag him. But I can't now because I didn't bring my keyboard over here, which is why I didn't have you come on live on a camera. But anyway, on you can't
Bro,
on you
go
on you.
pick. Where's your keyboard at?
It's I'd have to get up, dog. It's terrible.
Go get your ass up.
It's like go get no, the laptop's like right there, but it's like it's a
I can't even
production.
see the live because it was giving me a bunch of reverb, so I'm just on the call, so I wouldn't even be able to see anything you pulled up anyway.
No biggie, no biggie. I'm glad that you dropped in though. So that was pretty much it, man. I wanted to go over, those pretty big pending items that are out there. And then also, were you going to any kind of like conferences or anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to SolarCon up in Utah. Go learn some stuff, connect with some people. Um, and then there's a Florida sheet metal
Oh, I heard
event. I
about
think
that
it's
one.
in Orlando, so that one's normally pretty good. It's not like your other typical industry events. It's more like an IRE,
Right.
uh, which is a great event also. But yeah, so I
I love
think I'm gonna go
Irie.
through that one. But other than that, no, I don't really have any events lined up right now. But always open. What is next for you for events?
I'm glad that you asked. Um, well, thanks to sponsors, we're doing some updates. Um, got a new Shure SM7DB, nice little gator arm, new headphones, about to do some new stuff in the background over here. But most importantly, a new focus.
Mm,
Yeah. So
what's the focus?
focus is finding the underdogs. I'm gonna do an entire segments about underdogs in the roofing industry. We're gonna start here in the Houston marketplace, and then we're gonna go to other states like Colorado, Florida,
Well, you
and
ain't coming out to no Colorado.
I am.
You've been telling me that for months.
I know, but I mean, this is real, bro. This is real. This is live.
So the focus is the underdog. So what going into a little bit more depth. So what are we talking about the underdog? Are we talking about the homeless guy that now has a company? Are we talking about the guy starting a company? What do you mean when you say underdog?
Talking about the guys that started with little and have built themselves up. Whether that's to 1 to 5, 10, 20, 50, 100, 300, 500 million. It's the story that we're after in the roofing contractor. You like that?
Yeah, I think you should add to that. I think you should find some personal development stories to go in with that. Maybe a guy that got sober
Bruh,
that was on some fucking
bruh,
hard drugs or something.
that comes with it.
Yeah, boy.
That comes with
Yeah,
it.
that personal development.
Look at the host. I mean,
Yeah,
I haven't talked about it much, but that's my background.
yeah. I mean, you got a hell of a story. So I think sharing those stories and letting those people be able to relate to your story and other people's stories. See, everybody has a story,
Yeah.
you know. So the kid that beat cancer, the woman that beat breast cancer, the guy that, went from zero to a million to zero, the crackhead that, beat crack, whatever it is. But
Right.
everybody has a story. So if you can help inspire others to do better, I'm all for that, bro.
Me too.
Let me know how we can help.
All right, sounds good. Well, I'm gonna have to wrap it up
Okay.
because I'm gonna go do a manicure and a pedicure with my daughter.
Ooh, that's nice, bro.
Yeah,
That is nice.
I'm super excited. So I'm gonna go pick her up. I shined up the car yesterday. It's nice and
Woo-hoo.
shiny. So I'm gonna pick her up. We're gonna have like a little late lunch. She likes to go to Chili's in the Woodlands. That's kind of
Okay.
her thing. But she also likes the Burger Shack, which I've done a video but haven't released, and hopefully I won't release depending upon how you guys treat me today in the Woodlands, because I know you guys always treat me awesome. But one location, I won't ruin it. One location. You got it coming. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. Uh, but Mike, thank you
Yes,
so
sir.
much for coming and giving your opinion today here live on Roofing on the Rise.
Thanks for having me, brother.
Yes,
Appreciate you.
yes, sir. Have a good day, brother.
Have a great day.
You too. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a live stream here today. And every time we go live, something sparks some interest into some people. And today, we talked about private equity acquisitions and discontinuation of shingles. If you want to know more, then subscribe, because this here is only going to be live for 24 hours. And then it'll be live on my page for all my subscribers. Ladies and gentlemen, hit that like, share, and subscribe button on Roofing on the Rise. where you can catch today's innovation in the roofing market. Thank you so much. Oh, Mike, I'm in at the right at the last second. Mike, thank you for tuning in and thank you for following along. You guys have an amazing